Today I have a review of Modern Curls by TressAllure, a wig that completely surprised me. I readily admit it is not the trendiest style in the world, but sometimes what looks good on you is not going to be what's trendy. Keep watching for details on this surprisingly versatile wig. Hi, I'm Christine, and I am on a campaign to make wig wearing more mainstream, so we can express ourselves however we want without people looking at us sideways just because we're wearing a wig. For practical tips on choosing and wearing wigs, wig reviews, as well as some creative inspiration, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. Now, I know that curls are not the trendiest thing right now, but I wanted to try some of what I called Hollywood blondes. I've been researching a body typing system on YouTube called the Kibbe system, just because that is the kind of weird stuff I like to do. Now, while the system itself is a little too complicated, I simplified it a little bit and found it to be quite useful. Now, according to the Kibbe body type system, I am what's called a romantic. My height and bone structure and body type fall into the romantic category. The most famous romantic is Marilyn Monroe, so I thought, hey, let's try some Marilyn Monroe curls. Also, my hair, even when it was long, was very fine and very straight. And I've always wanted curls and could never get them, so I wanted to try it. I went a little bit crazy on the Cysterwigs Black Friday sale, and I think I may have gotten 5 or 6 wigs, most of them Hollywood blondes that I wanted to try. Something Marilyn Monroe-ish, but that looks good on me. And when this came in the hair mail yesterday from Cysterwigs, I knew that this was the perfect wig, other than the color. And I couldn't find many reviews online about this wig, so I decided to make one. This is TressAllure's Modern Curls in the color 24-102 R12. It's a newer style from TressAllure, and it's heat-friendly, and it's got tons of bouncy curls. Now, before we get into the wig itself, let's talk a little bit about the color. First of all, this is way too yellow for me, so I am going to be toning it using the system I use to tone down yellow in my blondes. So that'll be my next video, so subscribe if you want to see how I do that. This color is described as a medium gold blonde with a light honey brown root and platinum highlights. And I would say that's exactly what it is. If you can see, the color itself is actually quite beautiful. It's just the wrong color for me, but I don't know if you can see the gold blonde and you can see those lovely platinum highlights. And the rooting is not too dark, so it actually looks really natural. Now, I picked this color because it was the lightest rooted blonde I could find, and I knew I'd probably be toning it. So as we go through the rest of the review, keep in mind that this comes in lots of beautiful, less yellow platinum looking colors. Now, before I start waxing poetic about how beautiful this wig is, let's do a 360 so you can see it. So here's one side, and again, double chin scoliosis, so that's me. And the back, and just so you can, oh, these fibers are so silky and bouncy. Okay, and here's the other side. And here we are back again in the beginning. There is nothing about this style that's spiky or trendy or razored. It's just beautiful, beautiful, bouncy curls. It's as if I was 10 years old and got the hair I always wanted. It's all softness and femininity, and these heat-resistant fibers are, they do exactly what you tell them to do. I can twist a curl and send it in the other direction, and it'll stay that way. Now, it does have just the tiniest amount of permatease in the crown. So if you don't like permatease, but you're looking for a short curly wig, this might be something you'd be interested in. They're sort of apart on the left side here, but you can move that around, and when I do the styling options, I'll show you that. And it's a completely open cap, very basic, but that's my favorite kind of cap anyway, because I find lace fronts itchy, and these are simply the most comfortable caps for me. This is my very first TressAllure wig. I've got a 22-inch circumference, which is average. However, all my other measurements, like from ear to ear and hairline to nape, are like child-size petite. So I like to purchase the brands that run a petite to average, but then I can adjust them to work with my mutantly flat head back here. Now, the way I adjust my wigs is I put little circles of quilt batting in the crown. And again, another video coming up on that very soon, so subscribe if you want to see that one. But right now I think I have just one or two little quilt batting circles in here just to fill up that gap that I get from having a very, very flat head. Now, I don't consider having to put a little bit of quilt batting in the crown of my wigs any different than having to move the adjusters on the back. It's just all a matter of giving you the best fit, which is going to feel the best, which is going to help you feel the most confident. And quite literally, when you see me do this process, it takes 2 minutes. And that just goes to show you the importance of knowing your head measurements. Now, the specifics on this wig, I'm actually going to read off because I can never remember them when I'm looking at the camera. The length ranges anywhere from 3 to 6 inches, depending on the layer, with a crown that's 5 to 6 inches, again, depending on the layer. The nape is a healthy 3 inches in case you have a low hairline. Now, the front fringe is 3 inches, which is absolutely perfect for me because I usually put bangs in my wigs anyway. But with this style and these fibers, it's not falling in my face at all. I just scoop it up and it stays there. And it's also super light at 2.6 ounces. Now, I'm going to do a few styles for you just to show you how versatile this wig is. This is the first example of how versatile these heat-friendly fibers are. Literally, all I did, and it took me 2 minutes, was I went in and I took individual pieces and just twirled them in the direction I wanted them to go, which was down. So this would be the, I guess, most conservative. I think of this because I'm in a Hollywood blondes phase. This would be my Doris Day look. This I would call Doris Day just tucked behind the ears. I like to tuck things behind the ears because they're one of my better features and I like to show them off. But you can see, and all I did with the front was I, again, took a few pieces and twisted it in the direction I wanted it to go, and it stays. Now, here we're getting a little bit closer to the classic Hollywood blonde. I basically, again, took 30 seconds. I just flipped it up and moved the part over a little bit. Again, because of the rooting, still looks totally fine. I don't know, I feel like a Hollywood starlet in this. And again, they're so silky. And I don't know if you'll be able to see, but let's take this for instance. If I just want to send that in the other direction, there it goes. Now, I don't know if anybody would ever actually do this, but I just wanted to show you what it could do. This is bending over, fluffing out the hair, and putting my head back up. I mean, talk about Hollywood. I wanted to show you what it looks like just putting the part on the other side. And again, because of the rooting, you can't see any wefting. It still looks perfectly natural, but it just, by changing the part, it just changes the silhouette a little bit and the shape. Not sure what star I would call this. Maybe you have an idea. Remember, if you want to see how I'm going to tone this wig or put in the quilt batting or the next in my series of Hollywood blondes, please subscribe so you don't miss any of that. And hit the like button and leave a comment, because that all helps YouTube decide to show my videos to more people, which is the best way I can get the word out that wigs are one more easy but powerful way to express yourself.